Got a new paper pumpkin alternative for the month of December. This is the card we're doing. This is the inside. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is the thick. It's 8.5 by 5.5. You score it at 4 1/4. Then we're going to take this card base. Well, it was from this card base. What I did was I cut it right down the center, and then I took a little strip from this side from one end, and it is 4 1/8 by 1 1/2. And then I took from this half, you can do it however you want. I think I did it like this. Let me tell you what size this is. This is 4 1/8 by 3 7/8. And the first thing I did, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here this way so that the 4 1/8 is going this direction. So we'll glue that on first. Now you can sponge around this if you want. I just didn't. But it would probably look good if you sponged around it. So we're just going to put that so it has just a little bit of a white border around the edges. Okay. Now we're going to do some stamping on this piece. And I took, this is crushed curry. And I took my crushed curry stamp set, and then I took these 3 little flowers, which come in the paper pumpkin set right here. This is the sentiments, and these little flowers are in there. And so I just took them and I stamped off because I didn't really want them super dark, and just kind of randomly stamped them on there. So it will give it something besides just plain. That's what I was thinking anyway. I think I did the other one a little darker. However you want to do it, it'll be fine. It'll look good. And we just kind of randomly put some of those on there, just like that. Okay, set that aside, and then I glued this here on this edge, just like so. And then I took a little strip off the edge of the set of stickers that came in this set, and I just cut an edge off. And then, because it's too short, I just cut it kind of where I thought it would be good, because we're going to cover part of it up anyway. I took that. I'm going to close this. I'll get my fingers in it. Don't want that. Okay, so I'll take this. Now that didn't work very well. Let's get a new piece. I have more in here somewhere. Oh, here's a piece. Okay. let's try this again. Let's cut that off straight. Right about there. Let's see if I can get this without ruining my sticker. There we go. So I'm just going to adhere this right here, kind of right down the center of that seam, just like so. And then we'll put the other piece on there. Get that off. Some things are just difficult. There we go. And we'll do the same thing here. Gonna line it up on the end or the edge of the cardstock, and then just center it, just like so. Well, try to get it centered. There we go. Okay. And then I'll take these pieces, and I got these from, this is from the Stitched Framelits, and it is the second to the largest of these right here, and I die cut it out of Grapefruit Grove, and then I took the layering ovals, and I took the scallop, and it looks like it's the third from the largest, and I die cut that out of the terracotta tile. And then I'm going to glue these together, like so. I thought this was a little too plain for me, and so I wanted to add more color, so that's why I did this. And then I'm just going to adhere this to the front of my card after I get glue all over me. And it's going to cover up that seam nicely that you had there, just like so. Okay. Then I made a sentiment, and this one says, "You're the best," and I stamped that in terracotta tile. Let's get this out here. And I centered that on my label. And these labels come in the paper pumpkin. There's a lot of them. So I just centered that on there. Just like so. And they have a little gold foil around them, which is really nice. And then I adhered it to a piece of garden green cardstock, or old olive cardstock, that's 3/4 of an inch wide, and this piece is 4 3/4, but you're not going to use the whole thing. So you're just going to kind of center it on there. Get this off here so I don't get glue all over my mat. And I centered it this way because I'm going to trim the ends so that they are like this. Look like a, I don't know what you call that, little flag tail thing. I just cut like so. And then I did the same to the other end. Like so. Okay. And then I pop this up on glue dot or dimensionals. Like so. I try to make these cards as simple as I can, nothing too complicated. And then I just kind of centered that on this side of the card this way. Okay, and then I punch these out with this leaf punch of some section of the gold sticky paper that I found room for. Couldn't get very many, but I got a few. Let's see if I can get those on there without pulling the sticky paper off. Here we go. There was some blank spaces where the dies didn't that were on there didn't take up the whole sheet. So I did these, and then I punched out some of these flowers in the gold also, which I'll be using on another card. Okay, then I took some of the leaves. Let's do these first. I took these flowers. I punched these out with this leaf punch from the, it's going to be in the Celebration, and I put these little Grapefruit Grove. This is crushed curry. And these little flowers are Grapefruit Grove, and I just put those in the center. And then I took mini dimensionals and put one in the center of each flower. Like so. And then I wanted these leaves on there, so after I kind of set these down, then I kind of decided where I wanted to put these green leaves. Kind of randomly put them on here. Just gives it some more color so it's not so plain. It's like so. And I put my flowers on there. Kind of arranged them how they looked good to me. There's no right or wrong on how you put these on there. You just put them on. Then I took my rhinestones. I put one in the center. These are the smaller ones in the center of each flower. Looks like so. Okay. And then for the inside, I'm going to get all this stamping done. I took my crushed curry and this stamp that has the 3 flowers on it. And I stamped this in the corner, right here, just like that. And then I took, what was that? I took my terracotta tile and this little flower that we used on the last card that's from this stamp set, Thoughtful Bloom. No, it's not from Thoughtful Blooms. Oh, it's from Beauty and Joy. It's this flower. But there's one on Thoughtful Blooms that you could use. And I kind of stamped that right in the center. And then let me get my sentiment. This sentiment is from beautiful friendship. So very happy to know you. And I stamp that right in the center here. Just like so. And I didn't get it on there good. I am not doing very well. Stand up here. I should have used my mat. Okay, good enough. And then I took my green leaves. I might cover that up later after I get off camera. That's an easy thing to do. I stamped some of these leaves. Just like so. In the corner. And I took my green, solid one, stamp it off because I don't want too much color, just a hint. And then I took my Stampin' Right markers. I have the crushed curry and the terracotta tile. And with the crushed curry, I colored the center of that flower just lightly. It's a little dark. And then I took my terracotta tile and just made a little kind of dot right in the center of those flowers. And then I took some ribbon. I had some crushed curry ribbon, and this isn't available anymore, but there's some crushed curry ribbon in the annual catalog. It's on page 175, and it's number 149444. And I just took that ribbon and tied it around here at the top. And you can use the crushed curry that's in the annual catalog to do this. It's more of a seam binding or something like that. It's more crinkly than this. But I thought this looked good on here. It's what I had. I don't have the other ribbon. I had this one. So I like to use up some of the supplies I've already got. Tied a bow. I can get that to look good. A little hard time sometimes tying bows on camera. I usually do it off camera. But this one, I couldn't do it off camera because I had to do the card. It has to be on the card. And then I moved it over so it was above that sentiment, or not the sentiment, but the focal point there. And I trimmed it off a little bit. Like so. And then I took a glue dot and put it behind that bow because I didn't want it moving. Glue dot back there. And there's your card. Sometimes stamping directly on the cardstock doesn't work real well, especially when you don't do a very good job. But I will probably put something over this. It doesn't look too bad. This one looks a lot better. But anyway, that's your card for today. Your alternative number 2. I hope you have a blessed day. And if you're interested in any of these products or getting signed up for Paper Pumpkin under me, you can go to my website. You can email me if you have questions. If you want to become a demonstrator, go to my website and you can sign up there. Have a blessed day and happy stamping!